Welcome to this week's edition of Buddy's Briefings. We're coming to you this week from the Rayburn Meeting Room, which is next to the House Chamber in the United States Capitol. It was completed in 1962 and named in honor of the former Speaker, Sam Rayburn from Texas. One interesting tidbit I want to tell you about, this portrait here of George Washington. In the Rayburn Room, he's handling a sword. That same portrait is in the chamber, in the House Chamber, but in that portrait, he does not have a sword. The legislators at that time did not want to be intimidated by the executive branch or by the president, so they didn't want him holding a weapon, so they took it out of the portrait that's in the chamber. Pretty interesting tidbit. It's been a busy week up here in Washington this week. Good news on the vaccine front. First of all, Pfizer Pharmaceutical has filed for an emergency use authorization. That will go to the FDA next Wednesday, December the 10th, and hopefully the FDA will approve it. Moderna Pharmaceutical has also applied for an emergency use authorization for their vaccine. That won't go to the FDA until December the 17th, but we expect for both of them to be approved, and that is good news. Now, the CDC has the responsibility of deciding who's going to get the vaccine first. They have an advisory council that has met and has recommended that the vaccine first go to nursing home patients, nursing home workers, and to healthcare workers. Nursing home patients have been 39% of those who have died as a result of the COVID-19. So obviously that's where we need it to go. Now that recommendation will go to the director. He'll decide, Dr. Robert Redfield, whether he wants to accept that, and he probably will. Then it'll go to the states, and they can decide whether they want to accept those recommendations. But essentially, it'll be up to the states to decide who gets the vaccine. That's very important. Also, the funding for the coronavirus relief package. We've made some progress this week, and I've been encouraged by it. I didn't think we were going to get this done, but it does look like we have a chance to get it done. The Speaker was wanting one thing, the President Pro Tem of the Senate was wanting another thing. We had a bipartisan group of senators get together and propose something that was kind of in the middle. It's very important that they included business liability protection, and I'm all for that. That has got to be in there. That is extremely important. But this is about $1 trillion package. Now, of that $1 trillion, only about a third of it is new money. Most of it comes from the old package that hadn't been spent yet, so that's good news too. And it does include money for the PPP, it does include money for a number of different things. So good news on that front. We may get it done now. That's it for this week. Thanks for joining me.